everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How is everybody doing? And today we're going to be having a look at the new Christmas EO. Hey! So here we are with Christmas EO's banner, and as we can see here, it's here till the 15th. Also being given, as we can see, returns banners for the Dream Park Maho and the Christmas Pecorine, now the Christmas Pecorine and the Cogita. Both have got unique equipment wands. We'll maybe have a little look at those in the future. But today our focus here is with EO, and we can see here the banner is here till the 15th. Now, I will say she's a permanent character. That might be a little bit of a respite for all of us. Although the Christmas Cogita that we got last year, I still do not have. She may appear in a random summon, but it's not guaranteed that she will be doing that. Masterpieces like usual, but the fact that this banner is here till the 15th and EO appeared straight after the first of this month's new characters, I would say that's slightly concerning. What do they have planned? Because we are thinking about, we're going to be getting a pre-fest banner. The pre-fest banner usually comes at the end of the month. I'm thinking the 28th, so it has 4 days to run at the end of December, which leaves nearly 2 weeks from the 15th to the 28th, where there is nothing set. What are they planning? Are they going to be putting in another new character that we have not even seen yet or have had any warning of? Or are they going to be filled with returns banners for old Christmas units for 2 weeks? I don't know. I mean, I won't put it past them releasing another new character when EO goes away. That is slightly concerning. That what we would have expected was for hers to come around the 15th, and the reason yet that is not the case. Anyway, we'll have to wait to see what they do once EO's banner disappears. While we need to be careful with our jewels, so I'm going to be summoning for this EO, bearing all of that in mind. Well, first of all, we should maybe have a look at her skills and see what she actually does. First thing we're going to have a look at then is this SP skill. So you've got this skill, which is the first action she takes when she goes into battle. As we can see here, she is a light magical character. Just hit close to the back. We'll have a better look at her position in a second, because this skill here, the SP skill, grants Devil Kiss status to the ally with the highest magical attack. And then we got slightly recovering hit points and TP, which is what the Devil's Kiss does. This is basically the skill 2. And then slightly recovers hit points, allies and TPs for characters in range. We've got another character here that has a range. Well, we got away from the days of ranged characters. But anyway, EO here, we can see she sits, if we have got here on the screen, between Ameth and 6-star Hatsune there at position for a 748. Now her range is 250. So that means any character within a forward range, everything that's good backwards will be taken into account for this. Everything in a forward up to 386 will be covered by the skills. Hang on a minute, that doesn't work. The math don't add up. Remember, you need to add an extra 112 to the 250 for the dimensions of the character sprites. Remember, there are 112 pixels from the center forward and backwards, and only the sprite needs to be within the range for them to be active on this skill. But if we go all the way forward though, you can see Karuru is the furthest forward character on the light magical team. We're only focusing on light magical here at 440, so all light magical characters should be within the range of EO. As you can see here, it says this Devil's Kiss is granted to the character ally with the highest magical attack. So if we sort by magical attack here, we can see that on the light team, at least, well, if you've got Princess Yui on the team, she's the one that's probably going to be getting this Devil's Kiss. Other than that, the characters that we use usually, Nenika is going to be a high contender for getting this Devil's Kiss. Other characters that we can see here that could possibly be used recently, Astral Yui, New Year's Hatsune Lariel, maybe even Dream Park Maho, are all there. So one of these is likely to be given this Devil's Kiss if you are using EO on the team. Because it's the first action, it's probably, like I was saying, going to go from their base magical attack, unless there is another character in front of EO that is first action, which is going to be buffing the magical attack of a character. So, not guaranteed, but it looks like one of these characters is the one that are most likely to be getting Devil's Kiss within it. So what does Devil's Kiss do anyway? Let's carry on looking at her skills then. And if we go then over to her, find it here, her Union Burst. And we can see here that her Union Burst deals massive magical damage to an enemy in front, moderately lowers their magical defense, also moderately covers allies' hit points in range. There's a barrier here that absorbs magical and physical damage and it's boosting their magical defense. Quite a lot of stuff going on there. So it's a 5.4 times magical attack for the magical damage that Io's doing. That's quite high for what is essentially a support character. Although I don't think her damage is going to be big because that's the only damage that she does in her entire kit. Got 229 there for the magical defense lowering. And as we can see here, the allies within 250 range will be getting hit points. That on the light magical team will be everybody. Absorbing the physical and magical damage too. That too should be a barrier for everybody. And then allies 392 magical defense for that 250 range. So there we go, supporting with a little bit of damage there on her Union Burst. Let's have a look at her skill 1 then. So this one is slightly lowering enemies' magical defense, greatly lowering their magical attack. So that's going to be helping do more damage and to keep your team alive, taking less damage from them. Massively boosting an ally's magical attack with the Devil's Kiss status. So this here is where who gets this Devil's Kiss is going to be important. Slightly boosting their magical crit damage, greatly boosting the ally's magical attack in range, and that ally with slightly boosting their magical crit damage. So what it looks like here basically is we're going to be lowering enemies' magical defense, we're going to be boosting allies' magical attack and magical crit. The one that has Devil's Kiss on will be getting a higher boost than anybody else. As you can see here, this is slightly confusing the way that it's written there. I believe the character ally with the Devil's Kiss is going to be getting that 14,000 and the 8% crit. All other allies in the range are going to be getting the 5,800 and the 4% to crit. So like we said, the ally who gets the Devil's Kiss will be getting the higher attack buffs there from this skill 1. There is her skill 2, which slightly covers an ally's hit points and TP. Again, it does this for everybody, but the ally with the Devil's Kiss will be getting more than all of the other allies that are in the range. As we can see here, 9,800 on hit points and 100 TP to the character that has been given the Devil's Kiss. They are favoured by Io. Wouldn't you love to have Io's Devil Kiss? And everybody else is getting half that basically. 4,950 TP to the rest of the team. So we can see here that Io is a pretty good support character for a magical team. Boosting her own magical attack here on the EX skill. So what do we think of this Christmas Io then? Should you really be summoning for her, and where is she going to be fitting into within the game? So there we have it, Kurisumasu Io and her skills. She looks like a okay support character. Looks like the kit's kind of going a bit back into the past with ranges of buffs, with only supporting one character with the maximum buffs, and being a permanent character, and considering all of the future banners that come up with pre-fests, New Year's anniversary, he's probably quite a high contender to skip. Although saying that, two of the characters that she's likely to support in the New Year's Hatsune and the Astral Yui are both coming up on unique equipments within the next couple of months. These unique equipments will probably be boosting their magical attack, at least in part with the skills that you get by leveling up the unique equipment, so that will make them a bigger candidate, a much likelier and stronger candidate for Io's Devil's Kiss. Maybe in the future she might have a little bit more of a use. Doesn't look like she's really going to be helping with Light 610 Deep Quest either. So, for now, this Kurimasu Iyo unfortunately looks like she is a character that you could potentially skip. Hope that she appears coming up in sometime soon. Maybe in the future. We will have to see if she is used. Anyway, we'll see when Clan Battle comes out at the end of the month. So there we go. If you are summoning for Kurimasu Iyo, good luck to everybody. Let me know what you think about it. I am Tokkuri Yashi, and we'll see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey.